What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a special edition of the Power Hour. And I'm pleased to be joined by none other than the head coach of the Liberty Aloe Leopard baseball team, Coach Zach Fowler. What's going on, Coach?
What's up, Tyler? Glad to be on, man. I've been waiting 2 years for this. Since y'all started the show, I ain't been invited yet. I'm fired up to be here, man. I'm excited.
Well, I'm glad to have you on, man. Just go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. I know everybody around town knows.
For sure. Man, I'm a Liberty Aloe alum, K through 12 here. Played baseball here and football here. Won a state championship in baseball in 06 and then football in 06 right after that. We went to the state finals in 07, got beat. After that, I went and played in college at Texarkana College for 2 years, then Texas Tech. Was lucky enough to get drafted out of Texas Tech, played for the Orioles for 4 years in that organization. And then came back. Coach Wells hired me to coach middle school, and then eventually got promoted to head coach of the program. This is year 7 being head coach.
Wow.
So flown by. Blink and you miss it. So.
That's crazy. Well, it's a new season. You guys have already, scrimmage play. I think you said opening day is Monday, right?
Opening day is Monday. Queen City right here.
So how has the preparation for this season been for you and your team?
Well, it started in the fall for those guys that don't play football. So in August, they come back in and we start kind of dipping into what we need to do this spring to be better. And, when those football guys jumped in January, they jumped right in and picked up where those guys were kind of rolling through. And so far, it's been great. The scrimmage play, I've been very pleased with it. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's playing well. So we have the right, we're hitting on all cylinders going into the season. So we're fired up, ready to go.
New season brings new changes around the program, like a new roster. I know you have a few key returning starters, as in the Jones brothers, Tristan Howell, Pipes in the game. So kind of talk about some of the players that you have that make up this year's roster.
Well, the coolest thing is every year the team is so different. Last year's team clicked a little different than this year's team does, and trying to figure that out as a coach is the fun part of coaching. But so far this group, they thrive off competition, so everything we do in practice has been competition based. Of course, we talked about the Jones brothers, how competitive they are, how they grind it out. It kind of sets the tone, and Dylan Garton's been a guy that's really come around this spring. We knew he had a good fall, but to see the carryover the spring's been great so far. Britton Pipes, Tristan Howell, Colin Evans is a sophomore that stepped up big time for us so far in the scrimmages. Dylan Neighbors has looked good. We got a freshman, Maddox Moore, that could probably help us somewhere down the road. So we're excited about this group of kids, and to see them perform Monday night and get rolling, we're ready to roll.
You've had 2 deep playoff runs the past 2 seasons. I know you were the regional finalists in 2021.
And last season, you guys were regional semifinalists. Kind of talk about what must it take for this team to kind of keep that trend rolling. That you've had the past couple seasons.
People don't know this, but our last 3 playoff appearances, we've lost to the team that went to Austin all 3 times. So it's been tough to be that close and not get there. But at the same time, this group of guys has learned from that. 9 playoff rounds in 2 years is a lot. So we expect them to be experienced when it comes time to play. Our motto this year has been it's Game 7 every day, which is Game 7 of the World Series. If we treat it like that every day in our preparation, nothing should change come game time. So that's how these guys have approached it, and I'm proud to say that they've been living up to that so far.
You have arguably the best coaching staff in the state of Texas, if not 4A, with your dad, Coach Jones. You have, I think, 9-10 state championships combined between all 4 of your coaches.
It is a lot.
It's a lot
of talent. I mean, just coaching, experience and stuff. If you add up just the wins in baseball, it's 1,000.
Wow.
Between the coaching staff. Yeah, it's crazy as head coaches. And I have the least. So, that's just those guys won a lot of baseball games doing it their way. I may do it a little different than they would, but they're super supportive and very, very invested in what we're doing here.
So flashback 17 years ago, you, Will Middlebrooks in the game, you guys won the first state championship here at the ILO. Baseball-wise, as the underdogs. Now, fast forward now, you're back as the head coach. So kind of talk about how's that journey been? How's this experience been for you?
It is a different perspective, and for me especially because I grew up on this field. My dad was the coach here for 27 years, so I don't know anything different. And then having the opportunity to come back and coach here has been just remarkable. I mean, the chances of that are just small. So I'm very appreciative of that opportunity, and to actually win a state title here when I was playing, that experience was just unmatched. Just so much fun. Then just the run we had in the mid-2000s was just a blast. Probably the glory years of the school, and I'd like my kids now to experience that same run, that same feel that we had back in the mid-2000s.
So kind of talk about your professional journey as a professional player. player, Coach. How was that experience for you?
Baltimore Orioles drafted me, so I played. Went to spring training in year 4. I got released. Played some independent ball that year. Kind of kicked around a little bit, trying to see if I could pick up somewhere else. And when Coach Wells actually called me with a job opportunity, I was like, man, it's time to make some real money. You don't make much in the minor leagues and stuff. So, I thought it was time to get into coaching. I knew I would eventually do that anyway. So it was kind of just like, hey, it's time to jumpstart, get rolling.
So what has been your motivation as a player, as a coach? What has been the fire for you?
I'm fueled every day by like teaching these guys what I didn't know that might have helped me to make it. You know what I mean? So like I was a little short of making it to the major leagues. So like, there's a few things I know now that I wish I would have known then. And my motivation is to develop these kids to where like they know everything that I know. Coming out of high school, and they're very developed. And they play the game the right way. And really, at the end of the day, I thought about it this summer a lot. You kind of get back to your why. And my why is I want these kids to have work ethic, and I want them to be competitors. Like I want them to learn how to win in life. So, if they can work hard and compete and win, we've developed some good citizens and good people, regardless of what they do on the baseball field.
In closing, my final question would be, what do you think it'll take to get over that hump, to get back to the state tournament in Austin? Whether it be this season, whether it be a couple years later, what do you think it'll take to get over that hump?
This year's team has a chance. And for this year, we're looking at, keeping these arms healthy in this early part of the year when it's cold and, they haven't built up all their pitch counts yet. So, like, we got to stay healthy through this part. A little bit of luck helps. But we have to be more dynamic offensively. So, like, offensively, we got to find more ways to score runs. Because when you see the good pitcher from Salina deep in the playoffs, you run into those really good arms that have really good fastballs that can beat you. You got to find multiple ways to score, and it's got to be through base running. It's got to be through small ball, bunting the baseball, making them make a lot of plays when they're not used to making them. And if you do that, you can put pressure on people, and you can go all the way, win every game.
Coach, I appreciate you joining me, man. Good luck to you this season.
It's been a blast, man. Anytime.
Hey, we'll be out here supporting you guys, and good luck to you on Monday and the whole season.
I appreciate it, Tyler. Thank you very much.
All right. Take it easy.